Seeing the look of defeat on Hermes' face was probably my favorite point in this episode. A man who thought he clearly had the chessboard manipulated not only was kind of one-upped by Belle's determination to not give in to whatever the hell was happening, it also was kind of refreshing to see Freya kind of look smug herself, which honestly, at this point, I can't tell, is Freya or Hermes the biggest threat for Belle? Hard to say, but both definitely are trying to manipulate the young hero for their own desires. And the idea of having Hermes want to have about 4 monsters die on the surface by Belle's hand to clear his name, it makes sense, it's justifiable in a logical sense because this would clear his name, clear the suspicion, the rest of the monsters can go down, and we're not going to play up to another god's desire to do this revolutionary change that's never going to work out. You can argue with a lot of logics and facts that what Hermes was doing was probably the correct thing. But I can't deny, on the emotional side, like with Belle, I was upset with Hermes this entire episode. I was like, I don't agree with it. I don't want to do this. This feels like everything that we were building up to was for nothing, and a part of me wanted to see Belle completely crumble. That was kind of the sick side of me, but I thought it would provide for a really interesting arc going forward. But I have to say, the direction that they went with this arc and the conclusion of it, not only does this make it to be the best Danmachi episode for me, it also has the best fight I think Danmachi has seen. Up until this point, if you were to ask me what is my personal favorite fight, it is the Minotaur fight back in Season 1. I think it was the most shocking, the most well-animated, it just blew everyone away in the anime community for right reasons. This week we get the rematch, which doesn't end with Belle winning. Well, you could say he won in a certain sense, because he does get his name cleared because he fought a Minotaur in Times Square, basically. But he loses as we wait for that rematch eventually, and that's how you do a final episode. That's how you leave the viewers off wanting more but feeling satisfied with what happened. Something like having a character who I thought was a monster that would get killed long ago actually turned into a pretty likable guy, be the first one to offer their life for Belle, realizing that Belle is the reason that they have a chance for freedom, and even if it didn't work out, Belle gave it his all even at the cost of his own life and his own name. So the idea of attacking someone very close to Belle, trying to trigger Belle into killing him, it's something that makes sense and you would think it would work, but I'm really glad that Belle was a fool in this episode, because that's kind of been the theme of Belle's character. He is a fool. He is someone who does not take into consideration the fact that what he's doing will get his familia destroyed. But for him, if having a strong familia, a strong life, something that's very happy means having innocent people die, then he doesn't want that, and he will, instead of killing a monster, he'll put his weapons away and be a human shield for the people that he cares for. Well, I definitely think there may be some voices who will say that is the cliche route, or that's this type of route that we didn't want to see. That's the route that I think makes it more interesting, because up until that point, it felt like Hermes was going to get what he wanted. Belle would kill a few of these monsters, Belle would feel bad, and he'd get his name cleared. But what would serve the purpose in that sense? What would happen? What would be this entire season's purpose if Hermes got what he wanted once again? Instead, Belle did what he wanted, and I was really proud of that moment because I knew it was going to end badly and the monster retreating. I was like, there's no way to clear this up. To the idea of the Minotaur coming in and having this rematch, Belle actually wanting to fight this monster, not his best buddy or anything, something where he actually desired to win and giving it his all, rather than having a reluctant kill that would have happened that may have cleared some suspicion. The idea of him actually fighting for his life and clearly using his full capabilities better than what happened with the Minotaur, and to see Freya smug with Hermes kind of crushed, I think that's the most satisfying route you could go. The idea of the escalation and the fights and just the gorgeous animation, even before the full-on Minotaur fight, it would just felt like the sparks, the flips, everything about it just felt so well polished. It felt like one of the most refined episodes of Danmachi across all 3 seasons. And then when they kind of amplified the momentum and they really started destroying things and having crowds and people who talk so much smack about Belle start cheering on the little rookie, because clearly, I mean, we don't know what the hell we saw before, but little rookie's attacking a monster. Maybe we were misjudging things, I don't know, but let's cheer the boy on. And the idea of him just giving it more and more all his all and this and that, and then just seeing the sword play and the fire bolts, and just honestly, I thought Belle was going to kill the Minotaur. That's what it had you believe, the same way you had it feel like Belle was going to end up killing some of his friends. But once again, they made the Minotaur win, and they shock you with the whole idea, with probably my favorite frame in Danmachi to date, Belle thrown in the air, just kind of flying free, and I'm like, holy shit, what is going on? But the idea of this Minotaur having so much pride, so much just ferocity, a one-armed Minotaur, holy shit. was able to beat our boy even going completely all out. I think you could probably find ways to argue that, was there a sacrifice this season? What happened? Like, it feels like Belle's familia went back to normal before all this happened. And while it kind of did happen like that, at the same time, this isn't where Belle's gonna stop. Belle wants to get stronger. Hsieh is going to train him more. Both the Minotaur and Belle want to get stronger for different reasons, and while for right now it's peaceful, it's not going to stay peaceful. If this arc proved anything, is that Belle's luck does run out, and Belle's luck ran out in this arc, and if it wasn't for his foolish nature just refusing to back down and other people manipulating the board to screw over other people, he would have been completely screwed. So that's what I think I like about this season of Danmachi so much. My current favorite Danmachi season. I think it serves the most purpose in fleshing out where the narrative can go going forward. It really gives you that eye candy. It makes your eyes water at just the beauty that you're witnessing. Gorgeous animation, compelling voice acting, and just twists and turns that you don't see coming. Just look at this episode. It makes you think that, okay, 4 monsters are going to die. What I was expecting was that kind of cliche moment. Belle stabs the monster in the heart. The monster whispers in his ear, "Thank you for doing this. Your name will be cleared." That's what you expect. Instead, Belle puts his blades away and says, "Get me." And then instead you fight a Minotaur who he actually wants to fight, and you think, well, this is Belle the hero, Belle the fool. Belle's gonna beat him the same way he did last time. Instead, no, Belle got defeated, but his name gets cleared because of the actions and determination he actually did. It's amazing to see what they're able to do and twist so many times throughout this episode, and while yes, the monsters did go free, it doesn't change the fact that the bonds they made are stronger than ever, but also there's so many bonds that are now weaker even if the general public are seeing them as friends to humanity. This was an amazing episode. This was a compelling season, and I wouldn't change a damn thing as an anime original. Just the line work and everything about the fight, it was just so great to see something that felt like it surpassed the first Minotaur fight. And I don't know if that's going to be an unpopular opinion or a popular opinion, because sometimes people will look back at that Minotaur fight and say there's never going to be any topping. Some people may say I completely agree. But I just felt like with the creative line work and the abstract art style and the crumbling and the throwing, and just it felt like there was so much time and attention that this fight was meant to top the previous Minotaur fight. And if we get lucky enough to see the third Minotaur fight, I really hope they continue to surpass their own expectations, because this was absolutely incredible. I never thought we'd see a fight that can mirror Season 1's Minotaur fight, but here we are, something that feels so vibrant, so immersive, something that screams Danmachi at its absolute best. And the best part about this fight is that it wasn't even just that it was a cool looking fight. It was that the emotions and the stakes were at an all-time high that made the fight feel important rather than just simple eye candy like I watched in Season 1. This is an amazing show, honestly. This was great. I can't wait to see where the future of the anime will go going forward. I can't wait to see what can happen next. I think this is an amazing show, and goddamn was this an amazing season. Let me know your thoughts and feelings down below, your favorite moment, and where do you think it might go in Season 4? Of course, if you're an anime original like myself. Enjoy the video, of course, leave a like, share your support, and hit that subscribe button if you happen new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.